0 calories, no trans fats, high in protein. That's just a sample of some of the things we see on the labels at the local grocery store. But how much truth is there in what we're reading, and where should we be looking for accurate information about our food? Here to answer that this morning is registered holistic nutritionist and founder of naturallysavvy.com, Andrea Donsky. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too, Marcia.
You know, I was thinking it really is a minefield in the grocery store these days, right? You just don't know what's true, what's not true.
Yeah.
And a lot of people look to the front of packaging to get their information, and you say that's not the place they should be looking.
It's really not, because the front of the package only gives us part of the story. If you want the whole story, we need to read the ingredients. Even the nutrition facts panel only gives us part of the story because of certain label loopholes. So if you want to know what's in the product, look at the ingredients.
And so how then should people read the ingredients on the back? What are the buzzwords they should be looking for?
Well, let's start with even with the front of the package.
Sure,
so if we see something like, for example, a lot of the water enhancers now, which are really popular, you can see that it says there's fiber on it, or there's antioxidants, or it's made with real fruit. But that's only part of the story, because it doesn't really matter if there's fiber, antioxidants, or real fruit in it if it has things like artificial sweeteners. So the artificial sweeteners, you can look, so the buzzwords would be sucralose, or asulfame potassium, or even aspartame. So those are some of the artificial sweeteners that you'd want to look for, especially if you're sensitive, because a lot of people complain of side effects like headaches or anxiety. So those are the things you'd want to look at, regardless what's on the front of the package. So we say, instead of using, these water enhancers, opt for something like real fruit. You can infuse your water with real fruit like strawberries or lemon or cucumber.
Which tastes so good and so fresh.
Yummy, no calories. You can even put in something like a mint liquid chlorophyll. Oh. It tastes great, and what it does is it'll balance your pH, but it'll also cleanse your blood and give you good breath. So it's a great alternative, and it tastes yummy in the water.
And it tastes yummy in the water. It's interesting with aspartame, because I've seen products that say now no aspartame in this product, because people have heard so much about it. So they're now using different kinds of sweeteners.
Exactly. So they're coupling the sweeteners with like asulfame potassium or sucralose. So people now, everyone knows, or a lot of people know, that aspartame could be harmful. So they're just replacing it with other chemical sweeteners. So stay away, whether it's aspartame or even the other chemical sweeteners. I say be cautious.
Now, another word that we see often when it comes to chips and when it comes to crackers is baked.
Yes.
And that's not all that it's cracked up to be.
Right. Well, a lot of people look for baked because we think it's lower in calories, right? So it's going to save us on the caloric intake. But the issue is that often when it comes to salty snacks, it can contain monosodium glutamate. And the issue with monosodium glutamate is that it makes us eat more. So in fact, we're gaining weight by eating these, baked chips. So we want to look for items that don't have the actual, MSG or even food coloring in it. So all great options would be kettle baked chips. Nut thins are great. They don't have any MSG. And these are a great alternative to Cheetos, Barba's cheese puffs. They taste really good, and they don't have any of those artificial chemicals.
Okay, that's great. Let's move on down here. What do we have?
This is the 100-calorie snack. So many of us
see those all the time.
We see them all the time. We're so busy. We're always on the run. So we're looking for something convenient. But the issue with the 100-calorie snacks is they can contain a plethora of different harmful chemicals. High fructose corn syrup, trans fats. They can contain artificial colors, artificial flavors. So what I say is, let's opt for the better options. So for example, something like kale chips. So easy, you could buy them in the store, but you can even make them at home.
Yeah, easy to make.
So easy to make, you bake them. Half of this container has 85 calories. So again, you're saving on a little bit less even than the 100 calories, and you're getting better, more nutrient-dense snacks. Another great option, which I opt for often, is dark chocolate. So each of those servings have about 100 calories. But the difference is you're getting the antioxidants in the dark chocolate, and you don't even need so much of it because they're so nutrient dense that just a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, a little bit. And when you read that label on the back, the ingredients list, it's true that the first and second and third things you see have the most of that, right? So when you see the high sugars and the corn syrup and everything else, that means that ingredient is the prevalent one.
Exactly, because it's by volume.
It's by volume.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then the last category is really when it comes to the trans fats. So here's an example of a product. So if we're looking at misleading marketing, we look at the front of the package, you think this has olive oil, and it says it's made with non-hydrogenated oil, because hydrogenated oils, or partially hydrogenated oils, as we've spoken about in the past, contain trans fats.
So people look for that non-hydrogenated and they think, oh, that's good.
They think it's a great option. But the issue is that it has mono and diglycerides, and mono and diglycerides can be trans fats. See, so they're getting, and it doesn't have to be on the nutrition facts panel. So, instead I say opt for something like coconut oil. I know you guys did a great story on it this morning. It is so healthy. It contains something called lauric acid, which actually helps to decrease the bad cholesterol in our body. And it's great for our brain. Great option. And the other thing is a new product called Melt. It's a dairy alternative. It spreads like margarine, and it doesn't have any trans fats in it.
Does it taste good?
It tastes great.
So many options out there, Andrea. Thank you so much for this. Always good to see you. Good to have you here.